Good afternoon and welcome to the City of Central Falls Charter Review Commission. Today is Monday, November 24, and it's 5 p.m. Let's start with the roll call.
Mr. Jerson Vargas.
Here.
Mr. Hugo Figueroa.
Here.
Ms. Bobby Silvas.
Here.
Ms. Jackie Parra.
Here.
And Chair Miguel Garcia.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Next item in the agenda is the minutes and approval of the minutes of November 3rd, 2025. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion in the floor, I need a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Next item in the agenda is the public comment portion. For this part, the main reason for this part is to hear our community. And the idea behind this portion is for each of the participants to say their name and address. And in order to respect everyone's time, we kindly ask that you be precise and to the point, and everybody have like 3 minutes in this portion. With that said, we are going to start with the public comment portion, and the first one here is Sarah Friedman.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for your time and service. My name is Sarah Friedman, and I serve as the Chief of Education Strategy for the City of Central Falls. I've been part of the city team since August of 2023, but I've been part of the Central Falls community serving the youth and families for the last 24 years. And I've had the good fortune of working with many of you over those years. I want to speak with you tonight about the possibility of charter changes that would enable longer-term and stable leadership both at the city council and mayoral levels, especially as it pertains to the well-being of our city's children. As you may be aware, we are in the process of transitioning the school district back to local governance after 34 years of state control, thanks to a lot of hard work by many people here in this room and in this community. Central Falls has the longest state takeover in U.S. history of any school district. This is a major transition to be making for this community. During this period of state control, we have been consistently the lowest performing district in the state by every metric. Less than 5% of our multilingual learners are proficient in any measure, reading, writing, or math, and only half of our multilingual learners graduate. Part of the reason for that is that the state has failed to provide the consistent focus, resources, and leadership that our teachers, families, and youth have long asked for and always deserved. It is an exciting and historic moment to resume control of the schools. It's also an opportunity which we can either maximize or miss. One of the lessons learned from across the country when it comes to making real change for our children is that consistent, strong leadership at the city level matters. It matters to have city council members who stay and come to understand how best to work with the school board. It matters to have a strong and consistent mayor who can ensure a sustained focus on education. Longer-term lengths can ensure leadership will align resources, staffing, and citywide focus over time. One of the key barriers to improvement in schools is changing leadership at the city level. With new leadership at the city level, can come new focus areas, new priorities, and new approaches, right at a time when we're getting traction in the direction we're trying to go. When you're in the midst of a major change with schools, those kinds of changes can mean the work becomes stalled or completely derailed. We will be launching a brand new school committee with 9 new members. Having consistency from the mayor and the city council through this period would help stabilize the complex work ahead and ensure continued support and focus from the city through this critical transition. I am not sure why this issue has become part of the conversation in the community right now because I've been so focused on education. However, it is a very critical time, and I am excited about the possibility of having consistent leadership through this transition period. Stable leadership over longer timeframes will help us use this moment to come through for our kids and families. Thank you.
Next is Dan Klotz.
Mr. Chair, we do have an interpreter here if anyone needs it. She's more than welcome to come up.
Hi, I am Dan Klotz. I reside at 111 Tremont Street, Central Falls, Rhode Island, 02863. Tonight I wanted to speak a little bit about my background, something that I haven't previously done. I've spoken about the issue that I'm going to speak about. I have a background in academia. I've taught college courses in sociology and communication. Sociology at Bryant University and communication at the University of Rhode Island. I also was president of the New England Sociological Association. And separately, I've been a published journalist since 1993. For a little more than a decade or so, I write mainly about Central Falls. I wanted to speak tonight really just on one issue, and it is similar to what Ms. Friedman was speaking about. I would like to suggest to the board, and first I would like to thank the chair and the board members for your work and for allowing me the opportunity to speak. I would like the board or the commission to consider making a change to the charter to allow for the mayor and city councilors to have 3 terms instead of the 2 that's currently within the charter. And I think that we have some long-term projects, such as, but not limited to, the Osram project, the Conant Thread District, and quite a number of other projects in the city. And simply 8 years is not really enough time in order to oversee these projects, many of which take years. I should mention that I've served on the zoning board for over a decade and currently am on the secretary of the planning and zoning board. So I would like to suggest that the commission consider this change to the charter in order to create stability within leadership and to oversee the wonderful progress and projects that are happening within our terrific community. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, Lucia Tamayo.
Necesito intérprete.
Make sure you speak to the mic.
Okay. Buenas tardes a todos. Estoy en representación de una familia que no pudo venir y no quisieron dejar de ser parte de esta decisión.
I represented a family that could not come today, but they didn't want to omit, to voice this decision.
La dirección es 113 Pondley Street, Central Falls.
The address is
113 Pondley.
113 Pondley Street, Central Falls.
Nombre es Emilia Acosta.
The name is Emilia Costa.
Bueno, esta es la representación de esta familia. Bueno, daré algunas razones por las cuales María Rivera merece seguir un tercer periodo en la alcaldía de Central Falls.
I'm going to give some reasons for which Mayor Maria Rivera deserves to have a third term in the mayor of Central Falls.
Primero, defender la comunidad frente a los recortes críticos.
To defend the community in front of all the budget cuts. I'm sorry.
Central Falls es una ciudad con alta vulnerabilidad económica. Según reportes, muchos residentes dependen de Medicaid y la alcaldesa ha sido vocal sobre cómo los recortes afectaron directamente a su comunidad.
Okay, Central Falls is a city that is very vulnerable, economically speaking. According to reports, much residents of this community depends on Medicaid, and the mayor has been very vocal on how these cuts affect directly to her community.
Su liderazgo podría ser clave para gestionar recursos estatales y federales para sostener el acceso a la salud para los más pobres.
Her leadership could be key to try to get more resources. Thank you. In the state and federal resources to access to the health for the less fortunate ones.
Segundo, compromiso en la vivienda segura y saludable.
Her commitment for safe and healthy housing.
En su gestión ha supuesto intervenciones para remediar viviendas contaminadas con plomo y mejorar la seguridad habitacional.
During her term, she has proposed investment to solve problems regarding with lead and also for the safety, the housing safety.
Continuar con su liderazgo podría significar una mayor consistencia en esos proyectos de vivienda, algo que no siempre se puede lograr con cambios, con cambios en la administración.
If she continued her leadership, it would signify a consistency in these projects of housing projects, and this cannot always happen with there's changes of administration.
Tercero, mejora en la seguridad pública. Según reportes, ha habido una reducción del crimen bajo su administración.
According to reports, there has been a reduction of crime under her administration, so it would be a better public safety.
Esto indica que su estrategia
Yeah, we already passed the 3 minutes, and I know that we have a long list. If you can summarize.
ok, this is the last, okay. Una tercera reelección daría continuidad a esas políticas de prevención y fortalecimiento comunitario. Con humildad solicito el tercer término a la alcaldesa.
A third election would give continuity to these politics and prevention and a stronger community. Very humble, I request a third term for the mayor.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Next in the list is Olivia Calderon. Please say your name and address.
Su nombre es.
Muy buenas tardes.
She needs translation.
We have one so she can speak in Spanish. Is there anyone who's English speaking only who needs translation? You can just raise your hands, they'll come around to you.
I'm sorry. If anybody needs, ¿puedo decirlo en español? Porque si alguien necesita que se le vaya traduciendo en español. No, al Ustedes hablan inglés, yo no puedo traducir en español.
She's gonna talk in Spanish.
Oh, she wants to
Yeah.
talk. Oh, okay. No, listen. Yeah. So,
Everybody have their device? Por favor, si puedes mantenerse en los 3 minutos, lo más rápido posible. No. Ella va a traducir.
De nuevo, muy buenas tardes para todos. En este momento hablará la voz representante del adulto mayor. En la edad mayor, uno aprende a que no todas las personas que pasan por nuestra vida dejan huellas, pero hay líderes que cambian la forma en que una comunidad respira, y eso es lo que María Rivera hizo con nosotros, los adultos mayores. Durante los años fuimos vistas como lo que ya vivieron su parte, como si nuestra historia estuviera terminada. Por ella nos miró diferente, vio nuestra fuerza, nuestra experiencia, nuestro valor. Nos dio un lugar real en la comunidad, en el arte, en lo social, y con esto mejoró nuestra calidad de vida. Gracias a su liderazgo recuperamos la sensación de pertenecer. Hoy participamos, opinamos, creamos, construimos. Ya no somos un grupo olvidado, somos una parte viva y activa de esta ciudad y de otras. Y eso para muchos de nosotros, los adultos mayores, ha significado volver a tener propósitos, volver a sentir alegría, volver a sentirnos importantes. María Rivera no solo abrió puertas, derribó barreras, las del perjuicio, las de la edad, y las que por años hicieron sentir invisibles. Por eso hoy, en nombre de la mayoría de la comunidad adulta mayor, queremos agradecerle, porque cuando una líder devuelve la dignidad, devuelve la vida, y también quiero decir algo claro, el trabajo de nuestra alcaldesa no ha terminado. Humildemente solicitamos se extienda el tercer término a la alcaldesa María Rivera. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Next, Gaviria Rodriguez. Please say your name and address.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Gaviria Rodríguez, soy residente de Central Falls de la 352 Illinois Street. Miembros y autoridades, quiero dar 2 puntos específicos para la aceptación de un tercer periodo de la elección de la ciudad de Central Falls. El primero, experiencia para lidiar con altos niveles de pobreza. Central Falls tiene una tasa de pobreza muy elevada. Tener una alcaldesa que ya conoce bien las dinámicas sociales, económicas y políticas de la ciudad es una ventaja enorme. Su experiencia puede traducirse en programas más efectivos para la educación, empleo y asistencia social. Segundo, el liderazgo en momentos de crisis. María Rivera ha demostrado capacidad para hablar o representar la comunidad, especialmente en temas sensibles como inmigración, salud y equidad. Central Falls es una ciudad muy diversa y con gran proporción de inmigrantes. Su relación garantiza que haya una voz fuerte y representativa que define a los más vulnerables. Además, su experiencia moderna en la política local le da una plataforma para negociar con entidades estatales y federales para traer más recursos a la ciudad. Como residente de esta ciudad, apoyo y solicito respetuosamente la tercera postulación de María Rivera, la alcaldesa. Gracias.
Thank you. Next one is Lucia. Por favor, diga, please say your name and
Mi
address.
nombre es Lucía David, 69 Redwood Street. Buenas tardes. Quiero hablar del liderazgo femenino que rompe barreras. Hoy quiero hablarles de algo más grande que una candidatura. Quiero hablarles de una mujer que decidió no pedir permiso para liderar. Una mujer que creció en una estructura en que la política no era para mujeres, que el poder tenía el hombre masculino y que las decisiones importantes se tomaban lejos de las voces femeninas. Pero aún así, esa mujer, María Rivera, avanzó. Rompió silencios, rompió dudas y rompió el techo que durante años se ha tratado de mantener cerrado. María Rivera ha demostrado con hechos y no con discursos vacíos que se puede gobernar con firmeza sin perder la empatía, con valentía sin dejar de ser humana y con visión sin olvidar a quienes más necesitan servicios. La tercera reelección no se presenta por ambición, sino por convicción. Porque se sabe que cuando una mujer abre camino, no solo lo abre para ella, sino para los que vienen atrás. Nuestra comunidad necesita continuidad, sí, pero también necesita el tipo de liderazgo que transforma, el liderazgo que se levanta, que insiste, que inspira. El liderazgo de una mujer que ya rompió barreras y que necesita este nuevo periodo para construir y terminar lo que con visión poderosa inició. La comunidad de Central Falls tiene razones poderosas para pedir con mucho respeto el tercer periodo de la alcaldesa María Rivera. Gracias.
Thank you. Next, Oliva Henao. Por favor, diga su nombre y dirección. Please say your name and address.
Mi nombre es Oliva Henao, vivo en el 1485 de la Calle Street, Central Falls. ¿Qué tal a todos, a todos los que están en este espacio? Quiero hablar un mínimo sobre un argumento que se dice sobre a quién dar un lugar por ser mujer. Ser mujer no significa cerrar puertas a los hombres, así como ser líder significa escribir, restituir a nadie. Bajo su administración, la alcaldesa ha demostrado que la verdadera igualdad no se logra elevando un género por encima del otro, sino recreando espacios, dando a todas las personas, sin importar quién sean, puedan participar y crecer. Ella ha impulsado programas que apoyan mujeres, sí, pero también ha trabajado con hombres jóvenes, con adultos mayores y con comunidades históricamente marginadas, porque su compromiso no es con un solo grupo, su compromiso es con la diversidad, con la equidad y con toda la ciudad de Central Falls. Ser mujer en liderazgo no significa dividir, significa abrir camino. Ella ha demostrado que el poder se usa mejor cuando se comparte y no cuando se usa para excluir. Atacar a una mujer porque no favorece solo a mujeres es demostrar el verdadero significado del progreso. La equidad real no es reemplazar una igualdad por otra igualdad, es garantizar que cada persona tenga su lugar, su voz y su oportunidad. Por esto pedimos y esperamos de todo corazón, consideren esta solicitud de extensión del tercer término de la alcaldesa de Central Falls, María Rivera. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Gracias. Next in the list, Humberto. Humberto.
No estoy tecnológico ahora para...
Thank you. Next in the list, Ryan Nips.
Please say your name and
Good evening, Council. Brian Oldmixon of 133 Chestnut Street. Been in CF since I was 2, so better part of 40 years now. I apologize, I don't have anything written, anything prepared. Went through the website, went through the committee's website, didn't actually see the questions published. So unfortunately, I was hoping to get a little bit more summary before we get into the public part of it. But with that being said, just wanted to share a couple of thoughts with the at-large spots on the council. I do personally find the at-large spots to be very valuable. You have two individuals that are able to represent, where you have somebody that has a strength maybe in social media where the other one doesn't. I think that does provide quite a strength to be able to make sure you're reaching out to the city as best possible. As far as the number, 7 does seem like it could be a lot for 1 square mile. With that being said, I would propose the idea of potentially having just 5 at-large spots rather than being stuck to different wards when we've seen in the past you have maybe one person run to represent one ward. Why not allow 5 to represent all if we're going to do away with the 2 extra slots? And as far as the extended term limits, I don't disagree with anybody up there that said if you have strong leadership to continue that. One thing I would warn of though, potentially, is perception. And as we look towards 2028, as certain people have concerns federally, it's great to be able to lay the groundwork for the next generation, just something to consider as we're looking forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Next in the list, Nicole Monson. Please say your name and address.
Hello, my name is Nicole Mazo, 14 Walnut Street, Central Falls, Rhode Island. I've lived here all 28 years of my life. I have also gone to public school here, kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, and high school, all in the public education system. I started working in the Central Falls School District 4.5 years ago in a mentoring program, and I love it there dearly. I will say one thing, I'm talking about the third term for mayor. I don't think this is something that we should continue or consider for anybody going forward, not for this mayor and not for any mayors that run in the future. Again, this is a concern as the last person talked about. One of the reasons I don't think that our mayor has done a very good job and that they should continue what they're doing is that a few years ago they publicly said that they didn't know what was going on in the schools, which is weird because aren't they now a part of taking back from the government the schools. That's rather interesting. I also want to point out that she's on the board for a charter school, and then she's in charge of ours. So that's a bit of a conflict of interest, and that's very concerning to me. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of charter schools. I'll say it right here. You can have your own opinions, of course, and I have mine. I also want to talk about how she has basically abandoned us with ICE present. She has not said enough. She has basically just said, well, it's okay, we're safe, that's it. We're not safe. The people in my community, of our community, are not safe here. We know, we all know it. And she has not said far enough, and she's basically standing with the Gestapo, the modern day Gestapo. And it is ridiculous. Our people are being stripped from their homes, they're taken. And she has been far too quiet, and I don't like it. You know what? I might make it emotional up here, but that's the truth. And I know many of us and everybody in the city and the people that can't be represented because they fear being taken right outside these doorsteps. Because it could happen. We've seen it. Not these, but maybe others in all across this country. She has been far too quiet, and it is far too upsetting. Also, I had forgotten about the two other council seats, so let me bring it back here. Yeah, we can't get rid of those seats. I don't think that's right. I think that's wrong. I really think it's important. As somebody who has considered running for city council, it'd be a shame to have those seats gone. We need more representation from the people. More people need to get involved. I'm a young person. If I look out, I don't see a lot of young people here, and that's disappointing. There's very few of us. I could maybe say 4 or 5. Oh, you all absolutely beautiful people. You all are. But we need to bring in more young people here to speak, because it is ridiculous. Maybe I'll run. I hope you can get rid of the seats. I might. I've considered it. I know somebody else in the room has considered it. Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Next in the list, Emil de Leon. Wilson.
I'm sorry. No.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Ben.
Next in the list, Jeremy Cumplido.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Cumplido. I reside in 467 Hunt Street. I am a 22-year-old community organizer at local nonprofit Fuerza Laboral, but today I'm here as a private citizen. I have lived in Central Falls for over 20 years, and I'm not sure what exactly this commission was called for. When I looked at the charter and I reviewed it, I saw maybe a few things that needed change, but most of the things actually seemed pretty well. And in regard to some of the considerations that have been brought forth, such as a 3rd term, I am vehemently opposed to that. We are in a chamber where we have 2 portraits, one of George Washington and one of Abraham Lincoln. These are 2 people, 2 great men, who did 2 terms, and they called it. One was assassinated, but he would have finished. He would have finished the 2nd term, and that would have been it. And that was even way before we even had term limits. And they still respected that principle. I love the mayor, great person. I love James Dioson, he was a great person. But I would never want them to violate a principle that has been established for almost 250 years. To me, that's painful, because my parents came here from Colombia, from Venezuela, fleeing corruption, and no man, no woman is perfect. You give someone a 3rd term, maybe Maria Rivera will do a great job. Maybe our mayor will continue to do a great job. But that's not to say that in the future, someone else will take that opportunity and say, you know what, I want a 4th term now. I want more time. That's unacceptable to me. Now in Rhode Island, we have mayors serving over 15 years. We look at Pawtucket. That's great. Consistency is great. But new blood is necessary for any democracy. Even in ancient Greece, they used a method called sortition, where they would have people pick straws, and on a 1-year basis, they would be elected to the council, whatever position they had. There was always new blood flowing in and flowing out. That is necessary for any sort of democracy, whether it's local, state, or federal. How can we, as a city of immigrants, take the examples of our current president, who has been claiming a 3rd term, and replicate that here? That's hypocritical. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm really not. You're all doing a great job. The work that you've been given is so important. And I just want to make sure you all understand the severity and the responsibility that's in your hands, because this is my city, it's your city. It's going to be a city that hopefully my children will one day grow up in, and I just want to make sure you all make the decision that is respectful of our democracy, the principles that have been laid forth by our founding fathers, and principles that should be continued to be respected, especially right now, where autocracy, authoritarianism, it's going all around the world. We don't want that here. I'm not going to say it's going to happen here. I believe we have great leaders, and I just want you to make the right choice for me, for you, for everyone. Because if we have a stable democracy in this city, great things will come. And as a matter of fact, I think we should expand the term limits. I think for city councilors, they should just have 8 years, and that's it. So whatever context that may be, 4 consecutive 2-year terms, and that's it. You can't come back. You're done. Bring in new blood and make sure that the wheels of democracy keep churning, because that's what's necessary. I'm someone who's even considered it, but if this is what's going to happen to my city, I don't want to be a part of it. I really don't, because I see how things can go later on in the future, because that's where we're at as a country in this moment. So thank you all. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here. The work you're doing is extremely important. Hope you all have a great and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, in the list, Jason Hernandez. Joshua Hernandez, sorry.
Good evening. My name is Joshua Hernandez. My family has been at 58 Pacific Street since 1981, so about 44 years. I may have misinterpreted what this meeting was about, because I didn't come here to speak about specific people. I came here to speak about positions and term limits. What I feel is that this city has always been, the strength of the city has always been the people, the residents, and the power of the residents to decide who leads and when they lead. So what do we really lose by allowing the residents to choose whether they want to elect a mayor for a third limit or a city council? Because I don't think anybody's addressed the city council. I don't think we lose anything. I think it shows what this city is based on, which is the power of the residents. I also want to say that if you read the charter, it doesn't say you serve 2 terms and you're out. It says you can serve 2 terms, not run, and then come back and do 2 additional terms. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So if anything, by just calling a 3rd term and saying it ends there, we're actually pushing democracy, and we're pushing new blood. We're taking an extra 4 years out of the equation. Thank you.
Thank you. Next in the list is Matthew Mulligan.
Good evening. I live at 532 Roosevelt. I've been there for 7 years and have been a state resident my whole life. I'm here to speak on term limits. And as I'd like to start with, we talked about education and our children, and the amazing thing about how great our kids are is I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old that go to public schools here. And I saw my daughter, who's 6, watching Peppa Pig in Spanish. And she told me her friends at school have helped her. So, as an amazing story, how great our kids in our community help each other learn, which I think is such a positive and strength of this community. I believe that we should add a 3rd term to both the council and the mayors. Just like that was said earlier, the power is with the people. We not only have the power to change it to a 3rd term, we can do it the other way if we like. There was a saying, we talked about history. We had a President Franklin Roosevelt that was there for 4 terms. And they used to tell children, you can be anything except President of the United States. Because he got us through the Great Depression, brought in the New Deal, which gives us our Social Security today, as well as got us through World War II and fighting the fascists and some of the evil that challenged our folks at that time. And after which, on the federal level, which is a lot harder than on the local, because local politics is you guys, it's being in the grocery store, it's a lot easier to change on that level than it says the federal level. But we have a police department that has some of the highest, more awards than most departments in Rhode Island. With an African American police chief, which is something that we should all applaud. In a time where we have so much rhetoric around our country when it comes to culture and things of that. We are, I think, a step above. We have so much. Diosa, I felt, did a lot of good, and now the current mayor and this council has supercharged the city's growth. And as a wife that works as a school teacher and an elementary teacher's 5th grade, I think we have so much positive to do together. And like I said, on the local level, if we need to change things back, we can. Or if somebody's not doing their job, we vote them out. We get together and we, as a collective group, we say, you know what, it's time for you to go. So I think that this is only a plus for us. And I think we're just going to keep going. I'd like to see the city, because as a state resident, as a younger child, I used to read about Central Falls and be like, ooh. Now, I think I take a lot of pride in saying that I'm a resident of Central Falls. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. We are going to ask to entertain and to put into the record as an exhibit couple letters that we received, including a letter from the president of the Central Falls Police Union, and also the president of the firefighter, President Local 1485, 2 letters, and also a letter from the city solicitor entered to the record as Exhibit 1. And also, as an Exhibit 2, Council 95-94, Local 1627, they also sent in a letter to the commission, and I want to add to the record. I need a motion to add this. I have a motion, I have a second, all in favor, please say aye. Aye, opposed? Ayes have it. Also, I wanted to add as an exhibit a couple comments that we received in a link that the city put up, and we are going to add that also as an exhibit 3. Need a motion to put all the questions that we received online to add it on as an exhibit 3. I have a motion, I need a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye, opposed, ayes have it.
Could you read them?
Mr. Chairman, how many comments are in the exhibit you just referenced?
27 comments.
Now that you've made it a public record, the city clerk can make copies and make them available to the public as soon as the copies are made.
Perfect. Thank you.
Next item in the agenda is to direct the law department
Mr.
of,
Chairman, there was no sign-in when I came into public speak.
we already passed through the public speaking part. And when the meeting starts, we have it on the list in the front, the meeting already, pretty much the public comment part already passed. If you want, we can share with you the link, and you can share your comments in that link, and we definitely want to take in consideration everything.
I specifically came to speak at the public comments,
We already passed that portion.
so you're not gonna allow me to speak.
No, what I'm saying is, we are gonna send you the link. You can send you any feedback, any comments, but we already passed in the agenda, the public comment and feedback.
Out of respect, you did not ask if there were any further comments. When I came in, there was no signature sheet here, and I wanted to speak.
We need to move to the next item in the agenda, that is the direction to the law department to prepare material for the next meeting, and that includes review and enter all the details that we received, including public comments, online comments, letters, and everything. And you, the law department should create a couple options that this committee can take into the consideration in the next meeting.
Mr. Chairman, just so I'm clear, you're asking me to review all the testimony and prepare specific questions that you may vote on to advance to the city council for their vote?
Correct.
Okay, I'm happy to do that. And on what timetable are you looking for that?
We are going to have the meeting in the next Monday at 5 p.m.
So assuming you want those on the agenda and publicly available, I'll make sure that I get those to the city clerk by Wednesday of this week.
Perfect, thank you. With that said, to conclude the meeting, if we are the city is going to also publish again the link for comments. We are going to have another meeting. This is going to be the third meeting for this Charter Review Commission. And in that meeting, we're definitely going to discuss and decide what questions we are going to propose to the council. And the process is going to be, we propose to the council vote, and if the council approve it, all these questions going to be in the ballot on November 2026, that the voters can decide if they want that changes or not. That's pretty much the whole process in this, and in the third meeting, we only going to discuss and approve any suggestions to the council. With that said, any questions from the board? Questions? No? Here none, I need a motion to adjourn. You have a motion in the floor, I need a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye, ayes have it. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who.
I saw your other sister a couple weeks ago.